Hey guys, I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video has been inspired by one of my favourite YouTubers. You probably have already heard of her. Her name is Patricia Bright and she does lots of these videos to find out if some of these kind of pop-up fashion brands that you find online are actually the real deal or if they are a complete scam. So I decided after I was on Facebook one night, I was just scrolling through my timeline and I seen Shein pop up, and it is a brand that I've seen quite a lot pop up on like Facebook, Instagram, just basically anywhere on the internet. It seems to just follow me wherever I go. So their marketing scheme obviously works because I decided to buy a lot of stuff and I'm going to show you everything that I picked up. I think first of all we should note the size of this parcel isn't actually that big when you consider how much stuff I bought. So they obviously try and like cram it into the one tiny bag. I bought some stuff from Shein, but it's the same kind of fashion brand as like Runway, Fashion Nova, same kind of idea where you're getting really amazing fashion, like really gorgeous stuff, really on-trend pieces for an absolute fraction of the cost. When I was buying stuff, it felt like I was buying from like Primark online because that's the kind of price point it's at. In fact, it's more like Primark a few years ago before they hiked their prices up. So I'm just going to get stuck in and show you everything that I got, and I'm going to try it all on for you as well. I'm really excited but also really nervous because the sizes might not fit me. As you can see, everything's all still like in its packaging. I've not even opened it. But I'm going to go for the first thing that I see here. So the first thing I've pulled out is something that I was really excited about getting, and it is this beautiful blush pink sweater, and it's got these beautiful huge kind of frilled layered sleeves. I just thought this was gorgeous because the colour, obviously if you are a fan of my channel and all my videos, you'll know that this is my ultimate colour. A kind of washed out light peachy pink, nice nudie tone, and I love the fact that this was covered in pearls. One thing I must say about this, obviously this is my first impressions, is I was expecting this to be a lot chunkier, but I'm actually glad that it's not, because that's sometimes the reason why jumpers don't suit me. They add a lot of like weight and bulk onto me. So to be fair, I'm actually really pleased it's such a kind of fine knit. But as you can see, it's just a nice round neck jumper with this lovely sleeve, nice and full and floaty. And I think this is such a lovely piece. I love it so much. Jumpers like this are lovely for autumn winter because it means you can style them up with even like a skirt, some nice knee-high boots, something like that to make it a bit more sort of presentable for like lunches or dinners or whatever. So yeah, I really love this. I hope it's as nice on as what it seems just now. Okay, so first impressions on this top is that it's a really nice fit. The sleeves feel nice and snug to my arms, and I really like the material of it. It feels really soft and it's not itchy, which is a big plus for me because I can't stand itchy jumpers. They're so uncomfortable. The thing I have to say is that the sleeves do feel a little bit short. They do feel like a bit kind of 3/4 length sooner than actually full length sleeves, as you can see, but they are still gorgeous all the same. It's a really nice fit. This feels nice and close up on my neck, which I absolutely love. I love the pearl detail on it, and yeah, I just think this was such a wee bargain piece, and I think it might have been less than £15. It feels super soft, and these are kind of doubled up, which I just love. Oh, it's so nice and cozy. The next thing I picked up was in a bit of a different colour for me. I went for a kind of mustardy colour, and the first thing I've got to say is this fabric doesn't feel amazing. It feels quite thin and quite crepey, and it's not lined at all. The inside is quite frayed, as you can see, but I think maybe once I've taken an eye onto this and I've tried it on, it might actually look a bit better. But it's just this kind of shift dress. It's just a kind of round neck. It's got a zip at the back. It's got this nice short sleeve with a kind of fluted part at the bottom. I thought this would be really nice on with like my leather jacket, some black tights and some over knee-high boots, but I'm just a bit disappointed in how rubbish this looks. I'm hoping that when I insert my try on of this, it'll look a little bit better. I picked this up in a large, and I'm not ever a large, but I went by the Shein guidelines for the sizing, and I was measuring up as a large. Normally here in the UK I would always be getting a medium because I'm quite average size. I'm quite an average build, like a kind of size 12, but I had to go for a large in this, and I think that I'm glad I did because it looks a little bit neat. Obviously I'm trying to show you this on camera so it looks massive, but it looks quite tight, so I'm hoping that it'll actually fit me. Okay, so after absolutely hating this in my first impressions, I quite like it. I don't know, I think this shape really suits me. I love the fact that these are pleated, this is pleated, here's pleated. It's just a really nice fit, and I actually prefer the fact that the fabric's quite thin because it doesn't feel like big and boxy and bulky on me, especially being a bit more curvier and carrying a little bit of weight. So yeah, I really like this. It just has one zip at the back, and the fact that it is a kind of lighter fabric, it means it's the ideal layering up piece, because it means you can put on like some scarves, some jackets, some cardigans, whatever, and it doesn't feel like you're wearing a million layers because this is nice and light. So yeah, quite a fan of this. I've ironed it a little bit. It was really heavily creased. I think I'm actually going to wash it and then dry it and then iron it because the creases were so deep set. I think this is really nice, and surprisingly I don't think this is a colour that actually suits me, but when I warm it up with like a berry toned lip and then my jacket and then some nice boots and then like a scarf, I think it'll actually look really nice. There's this little jumper that I actually don't even remember ordering, and it's again in a kind of mustardy rust colour. I love this jumper. I'm actually quite glad that I got it. In fact, do I remember it? Maybe it just looked really different in the picture. It is this kind of shimmery, I don't know if it's coming up in camera, it's quite satin shimmery material, so obviously it won't bobble, but it's a nice little like crew neck jumper, and it's got this sort of bat wing on it as well, which I think would be really nice. I picked up a skirt to go with this. I now remember that I bought this, and I'm going to tell you all the prices in my description box, but I'm pretty sure this was only like £10, maybe even less than that. I don't know if this is a good colour for me with my skin tone, but I'll try it on and see how we got on with it. But overall, quality wise, quite pleased with this. Okay, so I am pleasantly surprised by this little number, having not really remembered it. I think this is such a nice colour for me. It's got these nice big floaty kind of big sleeves, and it's a nice fabric. It's quite shiny, sort of shell city material. Do you remember like old school Kappa? That's what it feels like, but kind of padded. Really, really nice. I love the colour. Very autumnal, and I like the kind of ribbed detail just because it makes it look a bit more expensive than kind of what it was. So the next item that I picked up, I've wanted one of these for a while, is a cord skirt. I love the look when you wear like a cord skirt, a big jumper, some knee-high boots. I think it looks so nice. Even with a nice big tailored coat, it always looks lovely. This hasn't been buttoned up. It's just like a button-down skirt, but I'm holding it here just now. This is an extra large. An extra large. There's no way that's extra large, but I'm glad that I went for that size, just because again I had to look at the sizing to make sure that they were going to fit me. So it's just this little button down skirt. I'll show you this side. It's a sort of black tone. It's maybe a little bit more sort of charcoaly toned, and it's got these little buttons down it, which is still very on point this season. And it also comes with a little belt as well, which I thought was really nice. This kind of tone of the belt was more kind of browny, which I really love because it ties in with all those nice autumnal colours. But yeah, I hope that wee skirt is as nice on as what it looks just now. But as I say, there is no way that that is an extra large in its life. And this here is my little cord skirt, which just again fits. This again is like a large. I am not a large to begin with, so I've had to size up in this a couple of times for myself. It's really quite snug, but I love the way that it looks with this colour, the black, and then this kind of ribbed mustard together. It looked really nice because there's like the rib in the cord. I think that's really pretty, and I love the button down detail. I think that's really nice. So I was really looking forward to getting this actually. I love a little tailored kind of almost office weary look, and I just love this jumper dress when I seen it. So it is a jumper and shirt combo, and it's lovely. It's such a relaxed fit. The material of this is really soft, but it's got this lovely collar on it, which I just thought would be nice, again with like my knee-high boots and some nice fedora hats coming obviously the autumn. And at the edge here at the bottom, it's also got the shirt material, so it actually looks as though you're wearing like a shirt dress and then you've got like a big jumper dress over it, when really you're saving a lot of that bulk underneath by just having the collar at the top and then the bottom of it with the shirt material. I really love this. I think it's such a nice piece, and it's actually not as crushed as I thought it was going to be, bearing in mind it's basically been vacuum packed in that little small bag. God only knows how they managed to get everything into that bag, because it was so jam packed and so small. But yeah, I absolutely love this. I think it's so nice. I am absolutely loving this. It is the jumper dress with the shirt underneath it. This is literally the definition of smart casual, because it's got the smart kind of collar, which I think you could put a really nice statement necklace underneath there. And then you've obviously got the big jumper, which is quite chilled and relaxed, and it's a nice loose fit, which I am in love with. The only complaint I have about this is that I feel the bottom of it is actually quite long. I'll show you what I mean. So I feel like the bottom of it actually could have come up a little bit, maybe here, but it's actually quite long. So I was hoping to wear this with knee-high boots, but I think if I wear it with knee-high boots or over the knee-high boots, you're literally not going to see anything at all. So it doesn't look as bad on camera as what it does in real life. It feels like it's really long and it's just quite annoying here. I don't know, I might actually just take out this bottom part or take it up or something, because that wouldn't take me long to fix that. I just feel like I don't know, maybe I need to see it on with something, but at the minute I'm feeling it's a little bit long. But yeah, overall really nice little jumper. Quite pleased with that. I think that's really nice. Man, I forgot how much I ordered. I'm going to need to get some space in the wardrobe. Next up is something that I've been looking to get, and it's just like a jumper dress, more like a kind of sweatshirt type of material, just for wearing with like my trainers or just something really casual. And I love this one because it's still nice and girly. It's just like a long line jumper, but it's got this kind of frilly breasted part here that is just so nice and so girly, and again it's in a nice blush pink colour, which I love. This is really good for just mum days when I'm just chilling with the kids, or even as it gets colder I'll maybe get some leggings and throw that underneath this, just so that it's a more kind of autumnal piece and not as summery. But yeah, that with some like grey leggings or like dark leggings and some trainers would just be so nice together, and it feels really, really soft. I actually thought that this was more jumpery than it really is. Jumpery, that's not a word, but you know what I mean. I thought this had the jumper cuff at the bottom, but it doesn't. So maybe it is a bit more kind of dressy than I originally thought it was going to be. But it is really nice, and I picked this up in a medium, and I think that's probably more true to size than any of the other stuff that I've shown you. The item is this little jumper dress with the frill here, which I thought was going to be super, super oversized, but it's actually not. It is quite baggy, but it's not as big as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be quite cool and edgy, the kind of thing I could just put on with like some trainers and like even my leather jacket. But it's actually a bit more fitted than I thought it would be. It's also made of that kind of scuba material, which I really like, surprisingly. And I love the fact that the sleeves are quite long. It feels really soft and cozy. Let me just give you a full length shot so that you can see it. It is a nice length. I feel like I could still throw this on with some trainers, but to be honest with you, I think it might be something that I was wanting to wear with like some boots. Maybe even some tights, not really sure yet. It's kind of one of those pieces that's like in between. Like I don't really know where I'm going to be styling this yet. Like is it going to be casual or is it going to be more dressed up? I'm not too sure. All I can say is that I really like it. I just need to find some suitable footwear that's going to go with it. Right, this looks quite nondescript, but it is actually a full dress. And it's just a kind of shift material, but it's got this kind of like gathered sleeve on it. It's a bit underwhelming at the front, it's kind of crossover, but then I see that there's this other piece of material here, which is actually the belt, which is like shockingly made. Oh, like so shockingly made. Ah, nah, the fabric, the quality of that is actually shocking. Look, so there's the belt. And there's the way that it's been made. So let's just watch this run off in a tangent all the way. So this seam in the middle is actually burst. And then you can see it just runs off, runs off, runs off. And then it points to the end. It's a bit crap. Do you know what? Once it's on, it might not actually be that bad. Either that or I can maybe use this belt with it. We'll wait and see. But I'll need, that's kind of stuff you really need to try on. I'm a bit underwhelmed by that, which is a bit disappointing. It doesn't look as if it doesn't look like it's been very well made, but it might be different. You know sometimes what it's like. It's very deceiving once you try things on. Okay, so next up is this dress that comes with the separate tire. This just kind of like sits open, which I love. I think this is like quite 90s. It reminds me of like things my mum used to wear when she went to work. I don't know, that kind of like oversized, big collar, kind of like blousey, really nice. I love that kind of shape. And then I have this, I'm saying this is 90s, I don't know, maybe my mum was channeling her kind of like 50s era, I'm not sure. But I do remember my mum wearing this kind of stuff when I was younger. And then it comes with this very annoying tire, but hopefully once it's on it'll actually be okay. Okay, I take it back, I really love this. Really, really love it. No, that's really gorgeous. I think that is such a nice little kind of utility dress. Don't you think that's so pretty? Oh, I'm obsessed with it. And it's already got these lovely big sleeves as well. I'm going to definitely wear this to an event I'm going to soon. Absolutely love that. Oh, well, this is quite nice. This next one is just this little kind of pinstripe shirt. this is what annoys me about it, they don't button things up, so they send it to you all unbuttoned. It's just very irritating. So I'm going to have to sit and button this up before I actually show you it, because it's not doing it any justice. Buttons also don't feel very great quality, but then again I think this was maybe like £10, £11, so I'm not really expecting it to be amazing or like blow my mind, but it should still be a little bit better than that. They're quite light. Okay, so that looks a little bit nicer now, and you can also see on the inside it's called by a different brand. It's JK, something like that, and it's got a nice frilly top at the collar, frilly at the back, and the sleeve is kind of 3/4 and then fluted at the bottom. It also ties at the bottom here, which I love, because having a mum tum and some like high-waisted jeans, I always need something just like over that kind of like general area, just to kind of distract from whatever's going on from having children. But I quite like this. I think that's a nice wee piece, and I hope it's just as nice on as what it looks off. It's a bit of a shame because this one doesn't fit me too well in the boobs, as you can see, and the boobs aren't going anywhere. So if anything, I might have to wear it open with like a nice little kind of like bandeau underneath. I don't know. I maybe just have to send this one back or gift it out to somebody. But I love the sleeves on it, and I think it's such a nice little shirt. And then the detail up here is so nice, but unfortunately I have got quite a big bust, as you can see, and this just does nothing for it. It's just too gapey and pulley, and yeah, it's just, as you can see, very, very uncomfortable, which is a shame because I really liked it. But you can't win them all. Again, this is so annoying. I've just opened this jumper, okay, so it's just like a grey sweater, and I loved it because it's got like tie sleeves. Got little holes here that you're supposed to tie through, but I mean, like, why get a dog when you can bark yourself, eh? Just give you the two here just to tie them in, so I'll need to do that. I literally have no clue. I don't know how these were tied. I think it might have been like that. I'm now going to go back on the website to have a look. Maybe that's their marketing ploy. You have to go back on the website to have a look, so you then buy more stuff because it's so cheap. It's a nice jumper. It does feel like a nice material, and it doesn't feel like that kind of material that's going to bobble, probably because it's made of mostly like fake fabrics. Yeah, so it's 35% cotton and 65% polyester, which I'm not too fussed about. I actually prefer more kind of like cotton polyester blends just for that reason, because they actually last for longer because they don't bobble. And the last thing I'm trying is just this really basic jumper. It's just this kind of like grey standard jumpery material, and it is really nice on. There's nothing more to say than that. It is the perfect mum uniform, a jumper, a pair of jeans and trainers. It's my go-to most days, especially when it's getting colder now in Scotland. And yeah, this is the one that I had to like tie these on, but once they're on, I think they're actually really nice to kind of gather the sleeve up a little bit and just make it a bit different from a standard jumper. After seeing almost the exact same skirt in Miss Selfridge, I really wanted one of these, and it's just like a little denim skirt, but it's got this bit here that looks as if it's been made from a pair of jeans, but it's been like added in. So I just really love that. I love the colour of the denim, and I thought that that would be really nice teamed in with some of my little jumpers that I got. So yeah, I really love that little straight skirt. I hope it's a nice length on. I feel like such a mum saying that, but I can't stand when skirts are too short. And the denim skirt fits just. It is really snug. Put it this way, I will not be going for lunch in this at all, but once you've got the jumper on with it, I think that is really nice. It's just the perfect little denim skirt to have this autumn. Look at Lola in the background. And I think this is my last thing. It is this berry coloured dress. You know me, I'm not really into the whole red for this season, but I do like the kind of tones of it. I like the more muted colours, so kind of more like a mulberry or like a berry tone is more me. I think this might be showing up really red on camera, but it's actually quite a muted, darker burgundy colour. And I just again love the fact that it's got these lovely layered frilly sleeves. It's also a nice neckline for me. I can't stand things that are too low cut. And then at the bottom, it's also kind of skirting out at the bottom. And I might be wearing this to an event soon, so hopefully I really like it on. But yeah, I think colours like this really freak me out. They're quite scary because they're so bold, but it's autumn, so pass me a spiced latte and we will get on with it. This is a little berry dress, which I'm actually quite surprised at. Once I've got it on, it's quite nice actually. The only thing is it's quite sheer, so you can kind of see like every belly button mark, lump and bump. It's not the most forgiving fabric, it has to be said. but I think with this kind of like layered with, I don't know, like a gilet or something like that would be really nice. Also, I look really pale at the minute, so that's why it's probably quite stark, but I'm quite impressed with that. I think this would definitely call for some of the control tights from Primark to suck us in. But I think that's really pretty, that's really nice, that little number. So overall, I think that was a nice little purchase, plus it is that on-trend colour just now, that kind of warm berry for autumn. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching my Shein haul. I'm just kind of giving you my first impressions and honestly just telling you what I think of them. Some of the bits I think look really nice on the website, and then once they're delivered they're very disappointing. Some of the bits as well are actually really poorly finished, like that little tassel belt. A couple of the other bits are like undone when they're sent out to you, so you need to do up the buttons, or you need to like put in like the loops of the frills and bows and all that kind of stuff. Overall though, I mean, all of that stuff came to like £100. For all that stuff, I really don't think you can go too far wrong. I ordered this stuff maybe about a week and a half ago, and this is just me hauling it. It took about a week to arrive, which isn't too bad considering it's coming from China. I also didn't need to pay any shipping on this. Again, never had to pay any of the customs fees because I wasn't charged for customs. But yeah, quite impressed with how much I got for how much I paid. And some of the stuff is actually really nice. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like me to be the guinea pig for any of these other fashion brands, then please let me know any of them you think I should go and try. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you on my next video. Bye!